So what's up, bosses? Hope everyone's doing fantastic. Had a great weekend. Now I've been smelling a lot of fragrances over the last sort of 7 or 8 months since I've started my channel. So I thought it was a little bit time. I thought it was about time that I did a top 5 of my favourite fragrances I've tried in that time. So there's a couple in here that I want to add to my collection, and 3 that I've already got. So I'll be back in just a second with my top 5. Welcome, mate. You're watching the Luxury Fragrance Boss channel. My name's Scott, of course. I am the Luxury Fragrance Boss. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoy my content, make sure you hit that subscription button right below. Also hit that bell notification as well. That way you'll be sure to know anytime I'm releasing a new video. Now, as I said in the intro as well, I've had a lot of opportunities to try so many different fragrances from so many different houses. So I thought it was about time, after sort of 7 or 8 months of running my channel, I thought it was about time that I updated my top 5 favourite fragrances. There's a couple in here that I've still yet to buy. There's a couple in here from my collection. But yeah, I mean, I've had some fantastic opportunities over the last few months, from Fragrance de Bois to try fragrances from Clive, as well as sort of a bunch that I've handpicked myself to try it out, and I'll continue to do that in the future, so I can continue to bring you the best fragrances, best fragrance reviews on my channel, as well as the best top 5s as well that I can do. So let's kick it off. I mean, first of all, it's very, very hard for me to sort of narrow these down into sort of any sort of order, really, because I do love majority of my fragrances, but these happen to be the ones that I tend to reach for most, specifically for more, well, some for every day, some for sort of special occasions, just because I love them so much and I treasure them so much. So I tend to use them a bit more sparingly, with the exception of a couple of these, which I just do love to apply anytime I can. So let's kick it off with number 5. Now with number 5, I'm going to go for Nasomatto's Black Afgano. The reason I'm going for this one is, from the first time I wore this one, it just continued to grow on me. I didn't really know what to think about this one when I first got it, because I saw so many different sort of reviews on this one. It seemed to be quite polarizing. Some people seemed to love it, some people really didn't sort of care for it. Myself, so I went in with pretty much a very blank slate of what I was going to think about this one. But I actually received it in one of the little dabbers from Lucky Scent, and I dabbed it on, and it just grew on me throughout the day. It's just absolutely mesmerizing. It's such a beautiful scent, and it just grows on you. It's just absolutely captivating, which is why this is one of my favorite fragrances. Just recently as well, my wife started stealing this one to use. She loves it as well, and she seems to get quite a few compliments from her co-workers on this one. Actually, the last time I wore it into the office, I got a few compliments myself. So I mean, I don't really care too much for compliments. I wear my fragrances because that's what I love, which is obviously why I'm doing a top 5 favourite fragrances. But this one, yeah, I mean, this one is definitely in my top 5. Like I said, I can't sort of narrow them down to sort of any particular number. But yeah, Black Afgano definitely deserves to be there. So into my number 4. Number 4, many of you will know this is one of my favourite fragrances. I do feature it in quite a lot of my top 5s because I think it is a fantastic, one of the best value for money niche fragrances I think out there as well. Of course, I'm talking about Penhaligons Halfeti. This one I think is, I mean, first of all, this one's absolutely beast mode, which some of you will know if you watch my channel regularly. I do love a strong fragrance. But this one, I just think it's so unique and so different. It's such a beautiful blend of sort of spices and citrusy notes. You got a bit of oud in there as well. I mean, the inspiration for this one is it's based on Turkish trade routes between London and Turkey. So all the different spices and herbs and things like that that would sort of travel backwards and forth. But yeah, I mean, this one, to me, I just can't get enough of this one. I really do enjoy wearing this. Like I say, it's a nice beast mode fragrance. It's perfect for any occasion, any time of year as well, I feel, because because you've got those lighter notes in there and also those deeper notes, and you seem to pick out whatever you want to. I find the same with Creed Viking as well, because you've got citrusy notes and you've got sort of some darker woody notes in there. So the warmer notes you pick out in sort of the cooler weather. You pick out the fresher notes in the warmer weather, and you pick out those warmer notes when it's a little bit cooler. So I mean, exactly the same with this one. You've got everything that you need in there from a fantastic fragrance. To me, this is the best that Penhaligons have done. This is the one, it's kind of one of their signature scents, really. This is the one that if you go past one of their boutiques, especially if it's in an outdoor area, you'll generally smell Halfeti being pumped out of there, like vaporizers and things like that. So this one will always be in my top 5. It's one of my top fragrances of all time. I'm so glad I discovered it. I know there's quite a few of you that watch my channel that are huge fans of this one as well. Quite a few of you have bought this one because of my reviews and how much I loved it, and you're also loving it too. So thank you all so much for your feedback. So that's Penhaligons Halfeti in number 4. Right, so moving into number 3 then. Now, I do have a little surprise for you coming up in number 1 as well. I know many of you know, if you watch my channel regularly, what my favourite fragrance is, but I could have a little surprise for you at number 1, so make sure you stick around. So moving into the top 3 then, number 3, I'm going to have to go with a house that I've discovered over the last few months, Fragrance de Bois fragrance, which I'm sure many of you will know. This one is my absolute favourite from this house, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. It's kind of not one that's sort of not known as well as maybe some of like the others, like Syrah Oud or Oud Vert Intense, but this one is absolutely stunning to me. Oud Violet, of course. This is the one that Fragrance de Bois sent me a full bottle recently, and I can't thank them enough. And it was just a little thank you for me doing reviews of their fragrances, which are all phenomenal fragrances, I have to say, because of the quality of also the quality of the packaging. This is the packaging here for Oud Violet Intense. So I mean, yeah, just everything's absolute top class from this fragrance house. But Oud Violet, this one just really took me by surprise. With the name of it, I was expecting something probably a little bit more feminine, but I mean, it's still a unisex fragrance, but this one's just absolutely phenomenal. It's got a little bit of a sour opening, as do many of the Fragrance de Bois fragrances, but once they settle down, they turn so incredibly beautiful. And this one's just got sort of a beautiful sort of sweetness to it. It's a little bit fresh. It's between sort of a fresh and warm fragrance, so it's perfect for sort of springtime or maybe fall, I'd say. I mean, I would wear this in summer. This is going to be one of my most warm fragrances because I really do love this one. I mean, I did do my top 5 most reached for fragrances the other day, and I said as well, this one is brand new to my collection, but this is one I will go for a lot because it's such a versatile fragrance. It's a very nice, very wearable fragrance. My wife also loves this one, so I'll have to keep my eyes on her to make sure she's not using too much of it. But yeah, I mean, if you are familiar with this house but you haven't checked this fragrance out, definitely worth checking out. I know after I did my review after I did my top 5 most reached for, I think somebody tried this one straight after, and they said they hadn't tried that one yet. They had a few of the samples, but they tried it and they said they absolutely loved it as well. So I mean, it is a phenomenal fragrance. So it's not their strongest in their line, as I've said before, but it's just such a phenomenal fragrance. So in at number 2, I'm going to have to go for one that I don't own yet, one that I'm really looking forward to purchasing because I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance, and it is incredibly addictive. Something similar like I found with Black Afgano here, that just grew and grew and grew on you. Now this one's made using a new technology. It's from the house of Clive Christian, and it's from their Addictive Arts collection. This one is, I think, my favourite from the collection so far, from all of their collections. This one is just absolutely incredible. It's captivating, it's very addictive, and it's one of the most beautiful leather fragrances I've ever smelled. The one I'm talking about is Jump Up and Kiss Me Hedonistic, which is the masculine from that one. Because it's obviously, they do them all in pairs, so there's a male version and a female version, but yeah, Hedonistic is the men's version. And this one, I just sprayed it on my hand, and I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. It's just such an inviting fragrance. My wife absolutely fell in love with this one as well. My wife's tried the women's one. I can't remember the name of the ladies one, but yeah, she really enjoyed that one as well. But yeah, this one, just phenomenal. I don't know what they're doing with this technology, but it just makes you fall in love with this fragrance. It's just, like I say, it's just absolutely incredible. If you haven't tried the collection, definitely get out there, spray this one on your hand and go for a little walk around the mall, and you'll find yourself absolutely falling in love with it. Right, so into my number 1 then. Now my number 1, I do have a tie for the top. As I said, there was a little surprise coming. I do have a tie for the top. Some of you may remember, well, first of all, if you watch my channel regularly, you will know that Straight to Heaven Extreme is generally my most favourite fragrance of all time, by quite a margin as well. But recently I tried something that I did think that maybe this could be challenged for the top spot. Of course, I'm talking about Widian's Limited 71, which is absolutely phenomenal. This is a very expensive fragrance. This one's $350 for, I think it's a 50ml bottle, but it is absolutely incredible. It's one of the nicest fragrances I've smelled in a very, very long time. And this is the only one that's possibly got the chance of knocking Straight to Heaven Extreme off of my favorite top spot. It would be very, very hard for me to say which one I prefer. Obviously, I've had this coming up to a year now, and I mean, I do absolutely love it. Every time I smell this one, I just want to wear it. Just that beautiful sort of rum, vanilla, and the dried fruit smell, which is the majority of what's in there. I mean, the ingredients that I just mentioned, what separates this one from the original is it's double doses of those. It's double doses of the rum, the vanilla, and the dried fruits. But yeah, it makes just an absolutely beautiful, boozy, phenomenal fragrance. So much better than the original, in my opinion. The original I found didn't have much longevity, but this one, I mean, one thing I look for, which we will know if you watch my channel regularly, is I look for performance. I look for longevity, and I look for something that's maybe a little bit unique as well. I don't want fragrances that smell the same. I'm always constantly looking for something unique, something that really stands out. So, I mean, with obviously with Jump Up and Kiss Me Hedonistic, that's exactly the same thing. It's different. It's using a new technology, and it's just addictive. Yeah, I mean, I'm still loving that one. But yeah, a Limited 71 is just first of all, let me tell you, it's a very, very hard fragrance to get a sample of. I got very, very lucky. I asked for a bunch of other samples. I think it was Nasomatto's Duro, and it was Enigma by Roche Dove that I asked for from Lucky Scent, and they didn't have them in stock at the time, but they did send me this one. Since I've looked on there, this one's been out of stock, so nobody's been able to get it. But so I got very, very lucky. I mean, I got given this at the same time as I ordered Widian's Discovery set. So I think that's why they sent this one through. And this one's just absolutely captivated me as well. This is one I definitely want to add to my collection. It's one of the best fragrances. The performance of this one's absolutely phenomenal as well. And it's one of the like I say, it's one of the most beautiful things that I've ever put up my nose. So yeah, I really, really do want to add this to my collection over the coming months. So I mean, that's my top 5 with a tie for number 1. But yeah, all of these are absolutely phenomenal fragrances. If you do own any of these, please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Let me know which ones you would like to try as well, and your thoughts on it. I mean, any of these fragrances, let me know your top 5s as well. So, I mean, obviously mine's going to change probably over the next year or so. But I like to do a little update every 6 months because I'm trying different fragrances every day. So, as I said, I mean, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, let me know what your thoughts are right below there. As usual, please like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts, as I said. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up to date with the scent of the day. The cats are behaving like crazy lately, so be sure to stick around on Instagram and you'll find out what they're up to. One of them was 6 foot up the curtains earlier, climbing up, trying to catch a lizard. So besides that, stay smelling fantastic. I look forward to seeing you very soon, and thank you so much for watching.